At 81 years old, I realized that the greatest luxury in life isn't something you can buy. It's not a faster car, a bigger house, or a louder crowd. It's something much simpler, yet much harder to find. It's silence. For most of my life, I was afraid of the quiet. I thought silence was empty. I thought it was where loneliness lived. But today, I want to tell you something different. As you get older, silence stops being a stranger and starts feeling like home. If the world feels too loud for you right now, listen closely. This is how you find your way back to yourself. We spend our lives running away from stillness. We fill every gap with noise, phones, news, and shallow talk. We act as if a moment of quiet is a threat. But at 81, the view is different. I've learned that the noise of the world is often just a distraction from the truth of our own souls. I spent 60 years running from the quiet, and I won't let you waste that much time. Think about your day today. How many minutes did you spend in total silence? No music, no screens, no background chatter, just you. I once believed that a busy mind was a productive mind. I thought that if I was loud, I was important, but the search for constant stimulation drained my soul for decades. I was like a radio tuned to every station at once, hearing everything but understanding nothing. It was a heavy price to pay for a life that felt hollow. Here is a truth that 8 decades have taught me. Silence isn't empty. It's full of answers. Most men don't realize this until they are forced into it by age or loss. We think silence is a void we need to fill, but in reality, silence is a container. It holds our memories, our wisdom, and our peace. The moment I stopped fighting the quiet, a deep healing began. It felt like finally coming home after a very long, very loud journey. Something I misunderstood for years was the difference between being lonely and being alone. Loneliness is a hunger, a feeling that something is missing. But solitude, true silence, is a feast. It's the realization that you are enough. At 81, I know that the most profound conversations I've ever had didn't involve a single word. They happened in the early morning, watching fog lift off the grass. They happened in the late evening, staring at the embers of fire. If I could go back, I'd tell my younger self this. The silence isn't your enemy. It's your sanctuary. The men who are comfortable in silence are the ones who have finally made peace with who they are. Letting go of the need for noise isn't an act of boredom. It's an act of arrival. It's saying, I'm finally home. But let's talk about the hardest part, quiet. When you turn off the world, your mind starts to talk. For a long time, my internal noise was louder than any crowd. I had the noise of regret and the noise of worry. I once believed I could drown out my inner demons with outside distractions, but you can't outrun your own shadow. In the silence, those thoughts finally catch up to you, and that is exactly when the healing starts. You have to sit with your mistakes. You have to look at your past without the static of other people's opinions. My life turned around when I stopped trying to outshout my conscience and started listening to it. Silence is where you stop hiding and start facing the truth. The world is designed to keep you distracted. A man at peace in silence is a man they cannot control. A man who enjoys his own company doesn't need to buy things to feel worthy or follow the crowd to feel safe. I spent too many years letting the opinions of others shout over my intuition. I won't do that again. Some people in your life will be offended by your silence. They'll call you distant or cold. But the truth is, you are just finally listening to a voice that matters more. I stopped answering every call and started answering the call of my own spirit. I realized my silence is a gift I only give to those who truly understand it. I used to think I had to explain my silence. I felt guilty for wanting space. But at 81, I know that silence is a complete answer. When I stopped explaining, I finally started experiencing. A quiet room isn't a prison. It's a laboratory for the soul. It's where you heal the wounds the noisy world gave you. Noise creates friction in the mind. It wears you down and makes you reactive. But silence smooths out the edges of your character. It gives you clarity you'll never find in a boardroom or a crowded bar. The loud man is often the most afraid. The quiet man knows the truth, doesn't need to scream. Silence lets the ghosts of your past speak, so you can finally put them to rest. It's like a muddy pond. If you keep stirring it, the water stays cloudy. But if you let it be, The mud settles and the water becomes clear. I chose clarity over chaos. At 81, my mind is finally a quiet place to live. It took decades to clean out the clutter, but the result is a peace that surpasses understanding. There is a dignity that comes with age and silence. The ability to sit on a porch with a cup of coffee and feel completely satisfied just listening to the wind. If you are starting to crave more quiet, don't fight it. It's not a bad sign of aging. It's a sign of growing wise. You are graduating from the school of noise. It's never too late to find your home in stillness. You have to protect your quiet time like it's gold, because it is. I spent years being a noisemaker, but becoming a silent seeker brought me the rest I needed. Maybe the reason you feel so tired isn't because of what you're doing, but because of what you're listening to. I turned the world down and turned my soul up. If this message about the healing power of silence touched you, subscribe to the channel. My mission is to share these 81 years of perspective with men who feel overwhelmed by the noise of life. If you found a moment of peace in these words, hit the like button and share your story in the comments. Your experiences might give someone else the permission they need to embrace quiet too. You don't have to be 81 to understand that your soul needs silence to survive. You can choose today to turn off the distractions, forgive yourself for the years you spent running, and begin a new chapter where silence is your closest friend. I've learned that a man's life isn't defined by how much he said, but by how well he listened, especially to the silence. Silence isn't a lack of something. It is the presence of everything. The world may say being quiet is weakness, but 81 years of living tell me it is the ultimate strength. Don't fear the stillness. That's where you hear the truth. That's where you finally find the man you were always meant to be. Protect your peace, my friend. The most important journey you'll ever take is the one that leads you back to the silence. It is never too late to come home.